Confidence! Welcome back to another amazing episode of Tell Faithful Podcast, the space where your voices are heard and your stories matter. My name is Faithful, your host, and I'm so glad to have you back here with me for yet another amazing episode. If you've been here before, welcome back. If this is your first time, I'm so glad you tuned in. Before we move on, I would want to use this opportunity to formally apologize. I know it's been a while. It's been about a month actually since I last published any episode, and I'm sorry for that. Life just sort of happened. Schoolwork, my personal life, and all that. You know how it gets sometimes. Everything just piles up, and before you know it, time just slips away. But I've missed it. I've missed you, and I'm so grateful you're still here, still listening. So this podcast has always been a space where our voices are heard and our stories matter, and I'm so glad to have you here with me today. So today's story is one that sits close to my heart, and I'm going to read it so we can all reflect on it. Okay. So the person wrote, I never thought I'd be sharing this, but here goes. For years, I carried this secret shame about my family's financial struggles. We lost our home when I was a teenager, and I became really good at pretending everything was fine. The low point came when I had to drop out of college to help support us. But here's the joyful part. During those long bus rides to my minimum wage job, I started writing just little stories on my phone. Fast forward to 5 years later, and one of those stories got published. Now I'm supporting my family through writing, and that shame I carried is transformed into this quiet pride in how far we've come. The triumph isn't just about the publishing deal. It's about learning that our struggles don't define our worth. Wow. Just wow. When I first read this story, I had to just sit with it for a while because it's so much more than a rags to riches story, isn't it? It's about how our deepest shames can sometimes become our greatest strengths if we are brave enough to transform them. So I keep thinking about all the pretending this person mentioned. How many of us are doing that right now? How many of us are smiling through the struggle saying, I'm fine, when we are anything but fine? There's this incredible pressure in our society that you need to have it all together. You need to present this polished version of ourselves to the world. But the truth is, most of us are just figuring it out as we go along. And what really strikes me about this person's story is how the transformation happened gradually. It wasn't some overnight miracle. It was written during long bus rides. It was written in stolen moments between responsibilities. That's so often how real change works. It doesn't work in dramatic lightning bolt moments, no. But it happens in the quiet, in the consistent choices we make when nobody's watching. I think there's something really powerful about the way this person framed his or her triumph. The person didn't frame it as escaping his or her past. Instead, it was framed as integrating it. That shame didn't disappear. It only transformed. It became a part of this person's story in a new way. And isn't that true for so many of us? Our hardest experiences, they don't just vanish when things get better. They become a part of our foundation. They become the lens through which we see the world. So this story, it also makes me think about how we define success. Now, our storyteller found their calling, not in pursuing some grand dream, but in responding to necessity. Sometimes our purpose, it finds us in the most unexpected places. It can be on a bus like the storyteller. It can be during a commute. It can be in the middle of what feels like a setback. And this is a reminder to stay open. This is a reminder to pay attention to those small moments of joy or interest, even when life feels heavy. And can we even talk about the beautiful line about quiet pride? Because let me tell you this, triumph doesn't always look like celebration and fireworks. No, sometimes it's just being able to look at yourself in the mirror and recognize how far you've come. Sometimes it's the ability for you to finally release that breath you didn't realize you were holding. And stories like this one, they always stay with me. Stories like this always remind me why we created this space in the first place. Because every voice matters, and every story deserves to be heard. So if this story resonated with you, or if you have your own highs, your lows, your secrets, or triumphs you'd like to share anonymously, please reach out. The link to the Google form is in the description of this episode. I want you to know that your story could be that one story that helps someone else feel less alone. So please find the submission details in our show notes. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your patience during my absence. And thank you so much for sharing this space with me. So until next time, and I promise it won't be a month, remember that your story matters, okay? I'm Faithful, your host, and this has been Tell Faithful Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Faithful, your favorite host, signing off.
You've just listened to Tell Faithful Podcast, the space where your voice is heard and your story matters. Don't keep this to yourself. Share it, subscribe, and invite someone into our confidence family. New episodes drop every Wednesday at 10 a.m. West African time, 5 a.m. Eastern time on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you listen to your favorite tunes from. Until next time, keep shining and keep telling your story. This is Tell Faithful Podcast, where your voices are heard and your stories matter.